On the news this evening, Rivers Deputy Governor visits victims of Orazi fire in Port Harcourt. Rivers Police Commissioner warns against gas vendors operating without proper safety measures. Jakpa, Agbero, Eba, 17 other Nigerian words added to Oxford Dictionary. On the foreign scene, France says Europe will not allow attacks on its sovereign borders. I am Khaled Batapur. Mental health is real. Seek help. End the stigma. Good evening. The Rivers State Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu is visiting the victims of the gas explosion at Orazi in Port Harcourt, who are receiving treatment at the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital. Professor Odu is being accompanied by the State Commissioner for Health, Adesi Ore. On Monday, Dr. Ore said the hospital is managing about 16 victims from the explosion, which happened on Sunday. Yesterday, the police confirmed that 3 of the 18 victims of the gas explosion have died. It said the gas explosion was caused by a welder repairing a refrigerator. The technician was said to be using a gas cylinder to weld while trying to refill gas on the refrigerator, which led to the explosion. In the meantime, the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, CP Olugbenga Adekboju, has advised residents to be cautious of gas vendors operating without proper safety measures. Speaking during the visit to the victims of a recent gas explosion, CP Adekboju described the injuries sustained as devastating. He stressed that ensuring the safety of lives and property is a collective responsibility and urged residents to remain vigilant about the activities of businesses operating in their communities.
The members of the public should be more serious and wary of all these retailers selling gas to them without following the due security and safety procedures. Very, very necessary. I think there should be more touchlight on them. Safety is very, very important because even people that are passerby going are involved and they don't know anything about it. It's not only one person's business. Everybody should make sure that safety is everybody's concern. I sympathize with their family and I want to tell Rivers people that they should try as much as possible to ensure safety is number one in whatever they are doing, especially when it comes to use of cylinder.
In another development, the security expert Mike Uche Chukwuma has warned that vandalism will continue to threaten public infrastructure unless the government adopts community policing to combat crime. Dr. Uche Chukwuma, a retired assistant commissioner of police, made the statement in an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka while addressing the rising theft of manhole covers in Port Harcourt and measures to tackle the issue. He stressed that only community policing can provide the proactive intelligence needed to safeguard public infrastructure.
The state government, in its wisdom, decided to float a state neighborhood watch, which would have been dedicated to the states in terms of security. We are talking about manhole, not only manhole. There are other areas of security concerns which are being overlooked. Intelligence gathering and sharing is not effective now. What we do now is reactive security. Our intelligence gathering and sharing help the state in no small measure to curb security threats. We dwell on preventing security rather than what we are threatening to the reactive security, whereby people will be arrested, be kidnapped, people will be killed before arrest will be made.
Dr. Uche Chukwuma also noted that many residents remain indifferent to security breaches, especially when they are not directly affected.
If you go in now to try to arrest and those will kill you, who will come to your aid? The police is inside you are trying to arrest and the police will arrest you, seize you, the still may even turn against you. A lot of things happen in society today. I was a police officer. Most people who are infringing custody today are not even aware of what they committed, but they were wrongly charged.
Away from that, the chairman of Action People's Party in Rivers State, Sani Woke-Kora, has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct a by-election to fill the vacant seats of the 27 lawmakers who defected from the PDP to the APC. In an interview, Mr. Woke-Kora said INEC's delay in conducting the election is also contributing to the worrisome political crisis in the state. He said the recent court judgment by Justice Sika April dismissing the suit seeking to compel Governor Siminalayi Fubara to represent the 800 billion naira 2024 budget to the agreed 27 lawmakers of the State House of Assembly led by Martin Amaewhule has authenticated their defection.
The judgment from Justice Sika Aproku is a major relief, to addressing the issue of 27 lawmakers that defected. That appears to be ambiguous even when it's not, because individual interest was trying to overshadow what ordinarily the layman should understand, considering the provision of our Nigerian Constitution, Section 109. But with the judgment given, I'm sure that it will lay to rest every issue of whether they have defected, or even whether, if they have defected, whether they have vacated their seats or not. So it's a major relief.
Mr. Awokekoro also stressed the option of taking INEC to court if the call for by-elections is not heeded, as the respective constituencies of the defected members are suffering a lack of representation in the State House of Assembly as led by Victor Okujumbo.
So we are calling on INEC to quickly conduct a by-election to fill in the vacant seats. And if that is not done quickly, we'll explore the option of taking INEC to court to compel them to conduct the elections. Primarily because the people they represent have been suffering. There is no representation as far as the assembly is presently constituted, and their constituencies are suffering, including mine.
The APP chairman further informed that when by-elections are held, the APP is prepared and optimistic to win all the seats, adding that the party has credible persons that have the capacity. We'll go for a quick break, but still to come, Jakpa Agberu Eba, 17 other Nigerian words added to the Oxford Dictionary. Do stay tuned. Come back now to the rest of the newscast. The President General Ogbako Eche Worldwide, Silas Anyanwu, has charged religious leaders in the Eche ethnic nationality to use the pulpit to fight against cultism, money rituals, money laundering, and other social ills in the area. Dr. Anyanwu gave the charge at the celebration of the 2024 Eche Praise Day organized by the Christian Association of Nigeria Eche branch. He said Eche people are known for their peaceful disposition and decency, pointing out that any form of criminality must not only be condemned, but the perpetrators made to face the law. He acknowledged the efforts of the council chairman in the fight towards making the area crime-free. He, however, enjoined the Christian Association of Nigeria to prevail on their members to preach to the conscience of the people, particularly parents, and the need to bring up their children in the way of God. He urged the Khan leadership to embark on an aggressive reorientation of the youths to embrace the path of dignity and morality against criminality to avoid destroying their future. In other news, the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered an interim freezing and forfeiture of over 228.4 million naira linked to former Abia State Governor Theodore Orji to the federal government on allegations of money laundering. Justice Emeka Nwite, in the ruling on an ex parte motion moved by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC's lawyer Fadila Yusuf, also directed the EFCC to make a publication of the order on its website and Daily Trust newspaper. The judge adjourned the matter until February 3rd for a report of compliance. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, says calls for Nigeria to cut ties with France are short-sighted and not in the national interest. Speaking in an interview with Arise TV today, Mr. Tuga said Nigeria has always maintained a relationship with France and dismissed reports suggesting that the ties were driven by ulterior motives. Recall that reports alleging hidden motives from France started circulating online after President Bola Tinubu traveled to the country for a 3-day visit. The Oxford English Dictionary has expanded its lexicon with 20 Nigerian words and expressions in its latest update. The newly added entries include popular terms like Jakpa, Agbero, Eba, 419, and Abi, among others. These words, deeply rooted in the everyday lives of Nigerians, highlight the influence of pidgin English, street slang, and cultural expressions that are increasingly gaining global recognition. Pronunciation guides have also been provided to assist non-Nigerians in accurately articulating the words. Now, this just came in. The Rivers State government says it is sending funds through the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital to ensure that the victims of Sunday's RSE gas explosion get the best treatment. The Rivers State Deputy Governor said this today when she visited the victims of the explosion at the hospital. Take a listen.
We continue to make sure we have enough drugs.
Brother of Ayo, one of the victims of the explosion, also spoke. Take a listen.
Israel will have been encouraging them to be strong and to be courageous. It's not that easy. I lost Ayo, and the last one of the family. He lost a daughter as well. So it's a pathetic, and just look at the way it is. So please, if they can do or financially support and every other support, they have other brothers here too, other members that have been affected. Yes, if they can fund them, take care of them, and let them get better treatment and health care, we are going to be very happy. So they will continue to see how we can move the body.
Now let's take a look at the international scene.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
France says the European Union will not allow other nations to attack its sovereign borders. This is after U.S. President-elect Donald Trump refused to rule out using military force to seize Greenland. On Tuesday, Mr. Trump reiterated his desire to acquire the autonomous Danish territory, saying it was critical for national and economic security. But French Foreign Minister Jean-Noel Barrot told French radio that he does not believe the U.S. is going to invade the vast Arctic island, but it was clear the EU should not let itself be intimidated. Now to a quick recap of the news. You heard Rivers Deputy Governor has visited the victims of Sunday's fire in Port Harcourt. Rivers Police Commissioner has warned against gas vendors operating without proper safety measures. Jakpa, Agbero, Egba or Eba and 17 other Nigerian words have been added to the Oxford Dictionary. On the foreign team, France says Europe will not allow attacks on its sovereign borders. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. Conversations continue. Please do stay tuned.
Connect you to the world connect you to the vicinity. We are Nigeria Info.